So we basically have a situation. So we have one beloved viewer who has told us that his cargo van expediting business operates under another company's MC number, and but lately they have been effing with him. Okay, they've been playing games with him, and so the question is, should I seek my own authority? I think this is going to be a very interesting episode. So I want you to, how are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, we have a situation here, and basically a viewer says, my cargo van expediting business operates under another company's MC number, but lately they have been effing with me, and so they're playing games with me, and the question is, should I seek my own authority? So first thing, let's just say this, what's really going on here, because I need to summarize the whole situation. I mean, because Josh, you sent us a very, very long email, but I need to summarize this for all our beloved and very smart viewers to actually understand the fundamentals of your case, and they can really pitch in, they can chime in with their feedback and whatnot. So we encourage all viewers to actually chime in. You can put your comments below. This is very appreciated. So what's really going on here? So we have the case of a Jason W. Jason, we're not revealing your last name as promised. So you live in Atlanta, Georgia, of course. Shout out to my peeps in Atlanta. So you have been in business for 15 years. You have been in business for the 15 years. You are 42 years old. Last year you made $78,000. Last year you made $78,000. So you actually drive a Ram ProMaster 2019, great van, by the way. And the thing is, you do not haul perishables, which is fine. This is a choice. I mean, there's some money to be made in that part of the industry too, but this is another case for another video. But you don't have your own authority. Of course, you have been working under another company's MC number for the last, you said last 15 years, I believe. Oh no, you said you have been in business for 15 years, but you have not mentioned how long you have been with them. You have been working under their authority, okay? But it's okay, it doesn't matter. I mean, we'll give you answers that really matter here. And you are married with 3 children. So, dear viewers, we are presenting to you I would say the foundation of today's conversation. Jason W. needs help. He's been operating under another company's MC number for a number of years now. He makes good money. We believe this is great money. I mean, $78,000. That's really, really solid cash. And so he wants to know whether or not he should seek his own authority. Dear viewers, we need your help. So first things first. So anytime I talk about we need your help, it's because collective wisdom is better than the wisdom of, let's say, 30 or 40 people in our team, okay? So first things first. Jason, what caused the conflict with your current company? You got to talk to me about that, because your very long email did not describe why all of a sudden you started having a conflict with your current company. I mean, a lot of things happen in companies. I mean, companies have rules and procedures, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're less good. But the question is, what started the conflict with your current company? And how long have you been working with that company? Because it's very important. Okay, you can't just talk about something and now look at the relationship you have built over the years. The relationship plays an important role here. So how long have you been with them? And when you say that they started effing with me, the question is, what kind of effing are you talking about? How far did they go? Or what? Help me out here, okay? Jason, you are listening to this show. You promised to listen to this show. Please comment below, or you can just send us a private email and explain to us the severity. Okay, how serious, the seriousness of whatever you think is really bad with the company. So what does your contract say? You probably signed a contract with a company. It could be a leasing company. It could be any kind of company where you accept to operate under their authority. So what does the contract specifically say about you trying to terminate the agreement? Because you can't just can I seek my own authority and leave the company overnight? No, things don't work that way. There is a procedure to follow. So procedurally, we need to make sure that you follow what the contract says. It's very important. Have you tried to solve the problem diplomatically in a friendly manner? Okay, did you talk to management at all? Do you have someone higher up in the hierarchy who can vouch for you? See, this is really important. So normally, you don't need authority to operate a cargo van, based on our research. But as you rightfully said, you do interstate hauls of hazardous materials and federally sensitive substances. So that's kind of fine. But the question is, what's the conflict about? Is it about pay? Are they just paying you less money? Is it about loads, the loads they're giving you, the routes, the work schedules, the company's culture? So those are important elements we need to discuss, and you need to be clear on. So we got to have a clear idea about what the conflict is really on before you do anything. Before you do anything, I want you to tell us via email what the conflict is about. Josh, son, be careful. Be really careful here. Okay, before you make any move, you want to know the pros and cons of operating under another company's authority. Because right now you probably have been working for them or with them for a while, but maybe you have no clear idea, because we just read your email and we just thought that we saw clearly that you do not understand the pros and cons of operating under another company's authority. Let me just break it down for you real quick here. So what are the pros of having your own authority? Because you have to understand that if you decide to make that move that you want to make, there are pros and cons. So you got to be ready to actually handle the cons rather. So the pros: you are your own boss, yes. You can choose your own loads and runs, yes. You can work on your own schedule. You can decide to chill today and work 24 hours the next 3 days and chill on Friday and whatnot. So you have that flexibility. Okay, you have that scheduling flexibility. Nobody's trying to play games with you being your boss and whatever. You can control your own income, and you can keep all of your profits. In other words, you're not sharing 30%, you're not sharing 20% with a dispatcher, with the company under whose authority you work, or a freight broker. No, you're just keeping your own cash, whatever that cash is, because the cash might be limited. I mean, right now, last year you made $78,000. Maybe if you switched to being your own boss, if you had your own authority, maybe at the beginning you would be making less money, because everything takes time in the logistics and freight industry. Okay, so those were the pros. What about the cons? Well, if you actually have your own authority, you got to manage the business side of your cargo van business, because you have a lot of hats. You become your company's CEO, dispatcher, maintenance manager, safety and compliance officer, sales and billing supervisor, human resources director. You do a lot of things, and you need to find consistent loads at top rates. Do you have the time for those? You are responsible for all of your expenses. I'm talking about licensing, safety inspections, taxes and fees, fuel, insurance. Think about that. And you need to keep up with all your paperwork, because you got to think about the regulatory side of things, right? With the federal government asking you, or the state government asking you, let's say periodically, about paperwork. So those are the pros and cons. I want you to really familiarize yourself before making any move, Josh, son. Before you make any move, you got to know the pros and cons of having your own authority. Okay, to answer your question, solution idea number one: you want to solve the problem peacefully. I mean, I know you ask us if you should, seek your own authority. I'm telling you, first, you want to solve the problem. You really got to solve the problem. I mean, I want you to follow a diplomatic path here. You are making good money. You have 3 kids. You are married. Your family needs you. Don't you try to start. I mean, what I'm trying to say here is that seeking your own authority is not a bad thing. It's just that it takes time to build up a relationship in the freight and logistics industry, unless you really have done your homework. Okay, so you want to understand your company's expectations. What caused the conflict? And the thing is, in trying to solve the problem peacefully, trying to prepare an agenda for meetings, have you tried to contact someone at the company? Have you done some research? Have you written down what your complaints were? Okay, explain the problems and leave your emotions out of the discussion. Really, Josh, I want you to really, not Josh, Jason rather. Jason, I really want you to really think about what really matters for you. Define in advance how you would like the problem to be resolved. In other words, you have to have a clear idea. You need to have a clear idea how you want the problem to be solved before you even go into the discussions with the company. Okay, because if you have no clear idea how you want the problem to be solved, you will be given stuff that you don't like anyway. Okay, so tell the universe, quote unquote, the universe, what you would like to come out of that discussion. Listen to the company's viewpoint and brainstorm about mutually beneficial solutions. This is what you want, right? And the thing is, if you are lucky enough to reach important agreements, please make sure that you put everything in writing. Okay, what I'm trying to say here is that always make sure that you put things in writing that have been decided together. Okay, and always follow through a couple of weeks, a couple of months afterwards. So my point here is what? My point is, before you even trying to make a move and get out and just leave the company and quit, make sure that you try to solve the problem first. You've been working with them for a while. You've been in this industry for 15 years. I don't know if you have spent 15 years with a company or less than that. But the thing is, you got to think about what you currently have, what you already have versus what you are trying to build. When you leave, you are on your own. Right now, you have quote unquote safety. You're making money. 78 grand is good money. Believe me, it is good money. Solution idea number 2. You want to approach someone higher up in the company's hierarchy, and you want to seek his or her help and support. Jason, what I'm trying to tell you here is you need an ally. You need to have an ally in the company. Right now, you're just doing things yourself, okay? You probably have, and I don't care how serious the matter is. Sometimes because you are just one owner-operator that the company works with, you may not have enough weight. Even if you've been with them for 15 years, it is what it is. Don't try to actually fight the system. Trying to work with the system. So trying to find someone or 2 or 3 allies who could actually vouch for you. This is really important. And those people will actually help you define the source of the conflict, trying to understand the ins and outs and trying to give you, I would say, invaluable help. It's very important to look beyond the incident though, Jason, because I know right now, because we read your email and it was all emotional. It was all, you were frustrated. You were like, this is bullshit. I really don't care anymore. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's cool to let your emotions out, to vent, to whatever. But right now, I am actually the voice of adulthood here, and to say, hey, wait a minute, hold your horses. You want to look beyond the incident. How long have you been with the company? Okay, there could be 1 incident, 2 incidents, okay? But in the grand scheme of things, is it 1%, 5%? Because I really want you to always go back to what I said before, stability. Okay, financial stability, psychological stability. I don't know, unless they're harassing you, if the company is harassing you, which could be cause for a lawsuit anyway, but I don't think they went that far. But that's why I want you to answer us and tell us what caused the issue, okay? When you work with someone higher up in the company's hierarchy, ask solutions, request solutions, ask them to actually propose things to you based on their long experience, okay? And identify solutions for both parts. They can tell you with that. They can help you with that. And the good thing is, if they are higher up in the company enough, they could probably help you broker an agreement, a long-standing agreement with whomever you are having problem with at the company. Okay, so those are really important things. So the first idea is to you yourself seek a diplomatic resolution to the conflict. Number 2, I want you to find allies, higher up allies who are senior to you to help you. Very important. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Surly Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation about Jason from Atlanta, And Jason has been in business for 15 years, and he said that basically he has been operating under another company's authority, but lately they have been effing with him, and he's really pissed, and he wants to get his own authority, which is fine anyway. I mean, we support everybody's dream, okay? But here is a solution idea number 3 for you, Jason. You want to start looking for other companies under the authority of which you can operate. So what I'm trying to say here is that before you seek your own authority, try to move to another company that has already, they have established their authority, and they have been working already with other owner operators or independent contractors for the last, 20 years, 30 years. So I'm telling you in layman words to move from stability to another kind of stability. Okay, so you're not ready yet to get your own authority, son. You're not. I don't care whatever you tell me. You could probably come up with multiple excuses, whatever. You're not ready to start your own authority. It takes time. It takes time. Okay, so what you need to do when I'm talking about start looking for other companies under the authority of which you can operate, look into your professional network. Ask people around. Go to trade shows where you can meet prospective stakeholders in the industry. Okay, ask former clients. You can talk to freight brokers, dispatchers. The whole thing is to ask around. Okay, you gotta ask around. And the second thing is you need to sort yourself out. See, the thing is when you start engaging with federal agencies, thinking about your authority, or you have to do medical, you have to do a lot of stuff. You got to be clean. I mean, clean across the board. So right now, I want you to sort yourself out. I don't know where you are at right now, credit wise. Do you have good credit? Are you financially set? You're making good money, but we have no idea about your expenses, because if your DTI, your debt to income ratio, is high, you could be making $1 million, but if your debt to income ratio is 900,000. If your DTI is 90%, then you're not saving enough money. Okay, try to actually sort yourself out medically, and you want to sort yourself out background wise, because see, you are going to undergo a background check, among other things, when you start doing things on yourself, on your own. I'm not trying to scare the hell out of you here, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to lay down very clearly to you that there are conditions you must fulfill if you decide to do things on your own and to seek your own authority, and be prepared for those conditions. Okay, very important. So this is the constellation of things you have to do once you are ready to seek your own authority. Solution idea number 4, Jason. You want to start thinking about getting your own authority, which is what you want, okay? But honestly, this is the last resort solution. We think there are other ways for you to resolve the situation you're currently in, and sustain and keep whatever you currently have. Because I want to reiterate the fact that you have a good situation. You do have a good situation. Seriously, we look at hundreds of profiles from our own clients, but also from other. We do research in this industry a lot. And you are 42 years old, living in Atlanta, making $78,000. That's more than decent. That's solid cash. And especially if you live in a suburb, I don't know, we have no idea where you live in Atlanta, but you can actually have good money. You can actually have a good life. Okay, and don't forget, you are married with 3 children. So anytime you have children, anytime you are a father or you're a husband, before you make a professional move, you got to think twice or 3 times or 4 times. This is not about marriage counseling or whatever, but think about that side of things. So start thinking about getting your own authority. You got to prepare a few things beforehand. Okay, you can try hauling loads for which you need no authority. You can do that as well. I mean, why don't you do Georgia only loads? Because right now you are hauling interstate. Okay, and you are doing federally sensitive materials. You are doing hazardous substances. That's why you need authority. But if you were to switch to I would say less sensitive materials, you should be fine. And trying to do intrastate, so within Georgia, For instance, okay, try to look for dispatchers you can work with. Those could be very helpful, okay? And try load boards. Yeah. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that before you even seek your own authority, or while you are seeking your own authority, those are things you can do simultaneously. Try load boards and find freight brokers. Okay, so it's all about having a constellation of measures in place, so that as you are looking for your own authority, you are able to survive also. But again, we have put this as solution idea number 4, which means that our preference is solution idea number 1 or number 2. So the rest is if let's say you have tried everything and it doesn't work, that's when you go to 3 and 4. Okay, so getting your own authority is a big step, and it's a long-term step, and it takes time. So, with authority, you got to think about insurance, you got to think about the overhead. There are a lot of things you got to think about. I just went through the cons for you of having your own authority, so I hope you understand. Thank you so much, beloved viewers, for your attention. I really appreciate it. And Jason, thank you for listening. And we invite our viewers to actually to chip in. If they have comments, if they have pieces of advice, they can put it in the comment section. We really appreciate it. Jason, please pay attention to the advice that viewers are giving you. And if you have questions, I've asked a couple of questions during my talk, and please answer us, via email or publicly in the comment section. We'll really appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you. And until next time, stay marvelous.